Once upon a time, in a small town called Bende, where poverty and greed often dictate the choices of men, there lived a man named Mr. Okafor. He was once a hardworking businessman, but years of failed sales and reckless borrowing left him drawing in debt. Each day, the pressure from his creditors grew heavier until his desperation pushed him into a choice that would haunt him forever. Every evening, a group of men in the area always gather and sit under a tree gossiping, and Mr. Okafor was just returning from the market, carrying nothing but his tired face and empty hands. He seems very worried. The men whispered amongst themselves, see Mr. Okafor. He was once the pride of this our little street, but now debt has swallowed him. When a man spends carelessly, he eats with shame later. Mr. Okafor heard their whispers, but kept his head down and walked home quietly. He met his only daughter, Adannaya, a beautiful young girl, in the living room where she was cleaning the furniture. Seeing her father's tired face, she paused and asked softly, "Papa, you didn't even eat your breakfast before leaving the house this morning. Are you all right?" Mr. Okafor simply looked at her with his worried eyes. "My daughter, I am carrying a load bigger than my shoulders can carry. I want to protect and provide for my family. But the more I try, the harder it becomes. The debts are too much. I was once doing well in my business, but now it's no longer bringing me money as it used to. The money I'm owing out there is too much, and my business is not going to pay off those debts." Adannaya quickly hugged her father and whispered to him, "Papa, don't worry, everything will be fine." They were still talking when Adannaya's mother returned from the market and saw the way her husband was. She rushed to him. "Nani, what happened?" "Ada, what happened to your father?" her mother asked, looking confused while she hugged her husband. The couple went inside to talk privately, while Adannaya quietly withdrew. A week later, Mr. Okafor visited one of his biggest creditors, Chief Dibia, to beg him for more time to enable him pay his debt. But as soon as he reached his house, he got scared and later summoned courage to enter his house. At the door, one of the chief's bodyguards stopped him as he approached him, and Chief Dibia smirked at him. "Mr. Okafor, I hope you came with my money. The agreed date has long passed. I need my money today," he nagged. Mr. Okafor knelt down before him, pleading, "Chief, please give me a little time. I promise I will definitely pay up. My business has failed to fetch me the amount of money I need." Chief Dibia was furious and stood up from his couch. "My business cannot wait for you anymore. You either pay me my money or..." He thought hard and finally gave him an answer. "You give me your daughter to marry." Mr. Okafor trembles in shock, looking confused as he stammers, "My daughter, Adannaya, to be your wife? She is still young, Chief Dibia," he shouted with tears in his eyes. But Chief Dibia laughs darkly. "She will be my wife. If not, you and your family will pay with your blood." Mr. Okafor stood up, leaves his house in fear, torn between losing everything and saving his daughter. On his way home, he thought it hard because he knew Chief Dibia wasn't joking with his words. That evening, At Mr. Okafor's house, Adanaya was sitting at the living room couch, reading a novel with her mother, when she noticed her father, Mr. Okafor, was pacing around back and forth restlessly. "Mama, look, Papa seems restless. What troubles you, Papa?" Mr. Okafor hesitates, then sighs deeply. "My daughter, you won't understand, but Chief Dibia has agreed to marry you." Adanaya drops the novel she was holding in shock. "What? Papa, hope you told him he was mad. How could he even think of such thing? God forbid." Adanaya continued cursing Chief Dibia. Her mother reassured her that such thing will never happen in her watch. Mr. Okafor angrily said to them, "Do you want me to die? Do you want our family to be destroyed? Sometimes sacrifice must be made to save others." Adanaya was heartbroken and cried sadly. "Papa, you are sacrificing me to a man old enough to be my grandfather, Papa. People always said he kills and uses his wife for money rituals. Please, Papa, don't hand me over to my death. Mama, please tell Papa not to do this." She cried non-stop that night until her eyes were swollen. Mr. Okafor, her father, hardened his heart and walks away. Adanaya kept crying bitterly, and her mother cannot do anything but console her. The next few days, Adanaya kept on thinking of a way out. She even considered running away, but she remembered her mother and father. What will happen to her parents if she did? She thinks hard. During the day of their marriage, Shivdiva, dressed in white, sits like a king. Adanaya, dressed reluctantly in a white wedding dress, with her grumpy face, not smiling at all. People started talking. "This is not marriage, oh. It is slavery. Tell me, how can a man marry off his daughter to a man old enough to be her grandfather in the name of paying up his debt? Wahala dey o." But who dares challenge Chief Dibia? The wedding takes place. Adanaya's tears flow like a river, while her father, Mr. Okafor, looks away, so ashamed of himself. Chief Dibia ties red beads around Adanaya's neck, symbolizing ritual ownership. After the whole marriage celebration, Adanaya followed Chief Dibia to his house immediately. She was kept in a separate room from her husband, Chief Dibia. The room was quiet. She was fearful and kept crying. Servants avoided her like she was a disease. At night, Adanaya could not sleep. She kept hearing voices, weird sounds. She ran out of her room, shaking in fear. She mistakenly stumbled at one of the servants who was going to bed. The servant whispered to Adanaya, "My dear, run away if you can. Many women that entered this house do not survive." Adanaya was trembling in fear. "Dear Lord, please protect me. This house is heavily guarded. Where and how can I escape from this house?" She quickly followed the servant, but was stopped by one of the bodyguards who escorted her back to her room. That night, Adanaya could not sleep. The next morning, Adanaya searched for the servant she spoke with a night before, but she couldn't find her anywhere. The rest of the servants kept their distance and remained quiet. At Mr. Okafor's house that night, he was eating alone at the dining table. He kept thinking about his beloved daughter while he eats, but the food choked him. He hears Adanaya's voice in his head, crying out loud, "Papa, why?" He shakes his head in guilt. He couldn't continue eating and angrily took out his dry gin to drink. His wife joins him at the dining table. Okafor, how could you hand over our daughter to that evil man? You just sent our daughter to her early grave. She nags him and cries out loud that night. A month later, at Chief Dibia's house, he went into Adannaya's room. My beautiful wife, how are you? Please, dress up, let me take you out for shopping. You know, since we got married, we have not spent time together. Adannaya was scared to even talk to him, but later agreed. After shopping during the day, at night, he invites her out for a dinner at a fancy restaurant. His driver came to pick her up, but instead of heading to the restaurant, he drove into a thick bush. Emeka, that's not the road to the restaurant Chief asked me to come. Where are you taking me to? Adannaya asked him curiously. Instead of answering her, he quickly used a white handkerchief on her to make her slip off. He drove for a long distance into the bush that night. He successfully carried her to his boss, Chief Dibia. In less than 3 minutes, Adannaya regained consciousness and tries to fight back, but was overpowered by the driver, dragging her towards the shrine. Chief Dibia started chanting and making devilish incantations. Adannaya's cry pierces the air. She continued screaming, Papa, Papa, Mama, somebody help me oh. Spiritual drums started beating louder. Lightning flashes. Adannaya cried and begged to leave, but help wasn't coming. She was getting weaker and weaker by the seconds. Chief Dibia summoned the evil spirits on her. In seconds, her eyes was shut in death. The next morning, some fishermen found Adannaya's lifeless body floating by the river bank. Her blood was drained. This is definitely the handwork of Chief Dibia, one of the fishermen angrily said. People living at the island started to gather and whispered at each other. Is it that his victim's family can't tell that this man is a ritualist, a bad man? Others gossip, and her father gave her away to her early grave. That man's soul will never rest in peace for the innocent blood he has shed. And soon, the news spread into the town that Adannaya's corpse were found in a certain river bank. Mr. Okafor's wife friend ran into his compound, telling his wife that Adannaya is dead. Her mother fell to the ground, crying. Mr. Okafor overheard what she just said and screams, No! My daughter, Adannaya, dead? It can't be true. He runs to the river bank, sees Adannaya's lifeless body, and collapses beside her. Mr. Okafor was weeping bitterly. Adannaya, please forgive me. I traded your life for my greed. I thought I was saving myself, but I destroyed you. People gathered at the river bank, murmuring angrily, A father should protect his children, not destroy. That Chief Dibia's wealth is cursed. His name is stained with the blood of innocents he has shed over the years. Mr. Okafor's compound was filled with close friends of Adannaya's mother, who came to console her. Mr. Okafor is now a shadow of himself. He drinks and goes to the river bank each night, sits there, gets drunk, and starts talking to Adannaya's spirits each night. My daughter, please forgive me. Let your spirits rest in peace. May my tears wash away my shame. A heavy thunder rumbles. Adannaya's spirit echoes faintly. Papa, you pushed me to my early grave, all because of money. But I forgive you. Protect others so no one suffers like me anymore. Mr. Okafor weeps as the voice fades. Greed and desperation blinds judgment. Okafor valued his debts more than his daughter's life, and in the end, he lost both. Children are not commodities. Parents are guardians, not sellers. The greatest betrayal is when a parent sacrifices their child for personal gain. Wealth gained through blood is cursed. Chief Dibia's wealth came from rituals, but his legacy was fear and hatred. Every decision has a ripple effect. Okafor's choice destroyed not just his daughter, but his dignity, respect, and peace. The community must rise against evil. Silence in the face of injustice makes everyone guilty. The community's fears enables Chief Dibia's reign of terror. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you love my stories. Please like and comment on this story. And don't forget to share my video. And please subscribe to my channel for more exciting stories. See you all in my next video. Bye.